Hey everybody, welcome to Ottawa Swordplay's drill class for February 27th. Our renovations are ongoing, so as is sometimes the case, there may be background noises, and I am much more hemmed in by our supplies and stuff like that. Also, just a quick announcement, I'm going to be unavailable the next 2 Saturdays. Next week, class will be canceled, unfortunately. The week after that, Sean and Marla will be running a drill class in my place. But this week, business as usual, and we're going to be talking about the Zucken and also about the Carter or the Sheitelhau. As always, we're going to start with our foundation actions, and we're going to start with our foot rotations. So feet about shoulder width apart, weight on the balls of your feet, rotate all the way to one side, and then other side and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and then we're going to do our windshield wiper. So this is like the Crumhow in the thumb grip with the crossguard making a nice T, sword to the outside, and we'll do the long grip to half swording. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, you can do this with your eyes closed, and it's good for recognizing where your sword is without having to look at it. And 10. All right, left hand. And this one, there's not really an advantage to the eyes closed because we're not doing the switch between grips. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and our next one is the Zucken, which, as I said, we're going to be working on today. So I'm going to give you the reminder that when we're doing the Zucken, we want to keep our arms extended. We want our elbows to be relaxed, not locked up, but we don't want to be bending our arms as we're doing this. And we're going to start with the sword in the middle, pull back to the left, forward, back to the right, forward. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is the exercise for our rotator cuff. So you're going to hold the sword reversed away from yourself. By the way, if you have pain or issues with this, one modified version is that you can do it with the sword out like this. Not as effective, but don't cause yourself pain. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and other side, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and we're going to do the thumb grip flip. So I want you to hold your sword relaxed in the handshake grip like this, and then we're going to bump it down with the heel of our hand so that we're making a T with the crossguard in our wrist, and then back down. And remember, my long edge is down. When I flip up, my long edge is pointed to my left, to my inside. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. As always, try and keep this as much just in the hand as possible. 8, 9, 10. And same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and we're going to do one footwork drill today, which is just going to be the passing steps, but we're going to do the 2 forward, 1 back. And given my narrow confines, I'm going to work facing you today. So I'm starting left foot forward. You can start either way. If you run out of space, do 2 back, 1 forward before I do it. Just switch as you need. So when we do this, rotate on the balls of my feet, rotating my hips, and then pass forward, rotate, pass forward, rotate, pass back. When I get close, I'm going to switch to doing 2 back, 1 forward. All right? Rotate, step, 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 rotate, step. Last step. Rotate, step, rotate, step, rotate, step. All right. So today we're going to be working on the Zucken and on the parter, but we're going to start out just with our Zornhau. We're not going to do the shoot long part today. We are going to break down our Zornhau. So we will be doing extend, rotate, step, like so. All right, and we're going to do 10 of these. Extend, rotate, step, reset, extend, rotate, step, reset, extend, rotate, step, reset, extend, rotate, step, reset, extend, rotate, step. That's 5. Extend, rotate, step, reset, extend, rotate, step. 3 more, extend, rotate, step. 2 more, extend, rotate, step. 1 more, extend, rotate, step. All right, now we're going to do the Zucken on this, and I didn't actually set up one of the pedals with a sword, but the idea of the Zucken is that I've done my Zornhau and come to the bind, and the person has crossed with me, but they aren't pointed at my face, and I like to do the Zucken when they're crossed close to my tip. So now I'm going to pull the sword back to my left hip, and then I'm going to extend forward to pick up their blade. So when we do a change through, we bring the sword around to pick up their blade. When we do the Zucken, we bring the sword back and then pick up their blade. They're really similar related, but it's important to know which one you're doing, and even if you're combining them, do it on purpose instead of by accident. All right? Now, we pull back, we pick up their blade, rotate the feet, and set. So we're going to do 5 just with the pull, pick up, rotate, step. Okay? So, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. Reset, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. Reset, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. 2 more. Pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. Last one, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. All right, now we're going to put this in combination with our Zornhau. So we're going to start from the tower, and it will be extend, rotate, step, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. All right? extend, rotate, step, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. Reset, extend, rotate, step, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. Reset, extend, rotate, step, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. Reset, extend, rotate, step, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. Reset, extend, rotate, step, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. That's 5. Extend, rotate, step, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. Reset, extend, rotate, step, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. 3 more. Extend, rotate, step, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. 2 more. Extend, rotate, step, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. Extend, rotate, step, pull, pick up the blade, rotate, step. So the Zucken is particularly useful against people who are defending themselves with their point up rather than pointed forward at you. There are ways that you can engineer that. If you threaten them kind of more sideways than diagonally, more often they will defend this way to make a strong cross. It doesn't always work. The important thing is, if you try and do the Zucken when you are close enough that they can just extend and hit you, they will, so don't. All right, so that's the first thing I wanted to do with the Zucken, and we're going to get back to it in a bit, but we're going to start talking about the parter. And the parter, or Sheitelhau, is the 5th of our hidden strikes, and this is the one where we lift the pommel and look underneath it. And it can be done with a step back or with a step forward. The easiest application to see of this is if somebody's attacking towards my leg, I'm going to extend, step back, and lift, and they shouldn't be able to reach me, but my point can still threaten them. And just to show, my long edge is down here. As I lift the pommel, my long edge is still down, my leading edge. All right, so the breakdown for this one is going to be extend, lift, pass back. As we're doing that lift, I'm doing as much rotation of my feet as I'm going to do. This does need to be a quick action in reality, so we may need to blur it together sometimes. All right, so we'll do 10. Extend, lift, step. Reset, extend, lift, step back, reset, extend, lift, step, reset, extend, lift, step, reset, extend, lift, step, reset, that's 5, extend, lift, step, reset, extend, lift, step, 3 more, extend, lift, step, 2 more, extend, lift, step, last one, extend, lift, step. All right, so that is the classic way that we teach the parter, and it's really easy to use. Funnily enough, our historical sources don't actually say much about pulling the leg back. However, it is super useful. There are other uses for the parter. One of them is as a siege against somebody who is waiting in a low guard. And we actually get a fairly long, complicated sequence where they tell us exactly what our opponent will do. Of course, we can never guarantee what our opponent will do about anything. However, there is some merit to what they talk about. So we're going to start with simply doing the parter with a step forward. And when I do this one, I also like to step wide. and then I don't need to do that hip rotation, but I'm also moving a little bit away from their sword side. So that's what we're going to do. So the action is going to be extend, lift, step, just like it was for the one going backwards. All right? So we will do 10. Extend, lift, step. Reset. Extend, lift, step. Reset. Extend, lift, step. Reset. Extend, lift, step. Reset. Extend, lift, step. That's 5. Extend, lift, step. Reset. Extend, lift, step. 3 more. Extend, lift, step. Extend, lift, step. Last one. Extend, lift, step. All right. So there's a number of reasons why we do that lift. We're trying to move our hands away from a potential upward cut to our hands from the person who's in the low guard, but we also want to draw them into a defense. And the thing we are told that they will do is come into crawl. And they talk about crawl as a guard position where one of your quillons is up and your blade is up. So it's something like this. And it could be either way. There is a funny thing about crawl. It is described only as something that your opponent might do and how you can beat it. So this is not a guard that we need to practice. But if somebody's sword is coming up high, coming up like this, we'll pick it up in here to defend against it. All right? And by doing that lift, it forces them to lift a little bit higher if they are doing that to get the point out of the way. So if that happens, I've done my extend, I've lifted, I've stepped, and they're lifting my point up a little bit. I'm now going to wind into ox to bring my hands higher, and that lets me get my point a little bit lower. And I'll show that from the side. Extend, lift, step, wind. And I'm not in the thumb grip, I'm just turning from long edge down to long edge up, and that lets me hang my point over their guard a little bit. All right? We can do the winding in either direction, but we're going to start with going to the left. So we'll do 10, extend, rotate, extend, lift, step, wind. Reset, extend, lift, step, wind. Reset, extend, lift, step, wind. Reset, extend, lift, step, wind. Extend, lift, step, wind. That's 5. Extend, lift, step, wind. Extend, lift, step, wind. 3 more. Extend, lift, step, wind. 2 more. Extend, lift, step, wind. Last one. Extend, lift, step, wind. All right, now, I've got 2 pelts set up over here, and I just want to show you something. If this front pel is actually, the top of this is the person's crawl guard, when I do my initial action here, if they're lifting me up like that, when I wind, my point hangs a little bit lower. So here, I can't really point at the pel behind, but here, I kind of can. However, from here, if I wanted to this side and step closer, because my sword, where it's crossing, is moving forward, my point can hang lower. So winding to my left is very fast, but winding to my right is more effective. So it is a trade-off which one you want to do. Both of them are good in the right circumstance. So what we're going to do now will be extend, lift, step, wind. And I'm just going to say wind, but we're going to rotate and step all in one. All right? So extend, lift, step, wind right. Reset, extend, lift, step, wind right. Reset, extend, lift, step, wind right. Reset, extend, lift, step, wide grip. Extend, lift, step, wide grip. That's 5. Extend, lift, step, wide grip. Got ahead of myself. Extend, lift, step, wide grip. 3 more. Extend, lift, step, wide grip. Extend, lift, step, wide grip. Last one. Extend, lift, step, wide grip. All right. So one of the things that can happen when we do this is the person lifts up into crawl, so they move their point, our point out of their face, and now we do this winding, and we get the point back in their face. So now they lift up higher. When they do that, we can do a change through to get around their sword. We are doing a change through that is different from our regular change through. I will be in ox, and I'm basically just going to circle my point around to come underneath their guard. All right, so I'm circling to my right and then back up here. So as they lift, my sword is going around theirs this way and coming up under their hands to hang in their face. And the ox guard gives me high protection from that lift. All right, so we're going to do 10 of these, and we're going to do the same set we just did and then add the change through. So extend, lift, step, wide right, change through. All right, extend, lift, step, wide right, change through. Reset, extend, lift, step, wide right, change through. Reset, extend, lift, step, wide right, change through. Reset, extend, lift, step, wide right, change through. I'm exaggerating the change through, by the way. Extend, lift, step, wide right, change through. You always want it to be just as big as it needs to be. Extend, lift, step, wide right, change through. 3 more. Extend, lift, step, wide right, change through. Extend, lift, step, wide right, change through. Last one. Extend, lift, step, wide right, change through. All right. Now, in my opinion, crawl is a guard of desperation, and it is a bad guard. However, if you do crawl with control, it's not as bad. And the whole purpose of what we've been doing is that when somebody does crawl with control, we're forcing them to lift higher until they have no protection using crawl anymore. Oh, the vet finally stopped. However, people who use crawl often overdo it from the beginning. So they're in a low guard, they see the threat coming in here, and they come up high right from the get-go. And if that happens, doing all of our fiddling around and winding is too slow and unnecessary. So when that happens, I'm going to extend, lift, step, and then they're lifting my point quite high with their crawl, so I'm going to pull. And then I'm going to step forward and step. And this is one of the few ones where honestly, I just go straight up the middle with that staff because their sword is going up here. I'll also mention that this is one of those ones where if they contact your blade, you can do the Zucken and pull and stab underneath it after they've blocked you. But if you see they are lifting wildly and you do that pull before you make blade contact, it's even more effective, but also a bit riskier. All right, so the setup is going to be extend, lift, step, pull, step. And we're going to do 10 of those. Extend, lift, step, pull, step. Reset, extend, lift, step, pull, step. Extend. extend, lift, step, pull, step. Extend, lift, step, pull, step. Extend, lift, step, pull, step. That's 5. Extend, lift, step, pull, step. Extend, lift, step, pull, step. 3 more. Extend, lift, step, pull, step. 2 more. Extend, lift, step, pull, step. Last one. Extend, lift, step, pull, step. So the Harder and the Zucken are a nice pairing for looking at techniques, and I should mention that the Zucken is like the Changethrough in that it is not just one technique, it is a concept of techniques, and it is about pulling back the sword to get around the blade rather than moving in a circle to get around the blade. So in some future class, we will look at what should you do if you do this and the other person doesn't respond, doesn't go into cron, whatever. Unfortunately, the manuscripts aren't very clear on that, but if you put together different pieces of information from different places in them, we can come up with some good strategies against people who are willing to just stand there and be stabbed. Easiest kind of person to fight in some ways, but sometimes also the ones who kill you at the same time as they die. All right, that's everything for today. As I said at the beginning of the class, no class March 6th, and on March 13th, Sean and Marla will be running the class in my stead. So I will see you in a few weeks, and hope to see you back here at the Sword Hall when we reopen.